Rob and some show.
Hey Rob, how's it going? It's Jack.
Great, Jack. How you doing? Slim's here too.
What's up, Jack?
Hey, how you doing, Slim?
All right, man.
Oh man, Jack Casey, the bass guy. How have you been, my friend? How is Montreal during this?
Montreal, it's cold. It's cold here.
It's cold here too. It's a little too cold. I feel like I don't know what was last month. February.
Yeah,
I feel like February
2019 or something.
Yeah, I wish. I would give anything for that back. But I feel like February or March was like warmer than it is now in May. I don't know what the fucking planet's doing, dude.
Look at this, we're the first minute and we're talking about the weather. This is so riveting.
We need Frankie. But dude, it is. Something's going. Oh, they said it's another polar vortex. It's all the caps melting. Like, yeah, no, I kind of believe it. I kind of believe it at this point.
Even like I haven't had heat in my truck all winter, but I never needed it because it was never like cold enough to where I needed fucking heat in my truck.
Yeah.
Where's Slambo? Is he in isolation? Or?
He's scared. He's the scared Bergini, Jack. He since this started, he has not been in. He's not afraid to rub raw meat on himself in the bathtub with another guy, but he's afraid of the cold.
Of catching the coronavirus from either me or Rob.
Yeah.
I saw that, unfortunately. The thing with the bathtub.
Yeah, we all saw it. Like, we were all here for it. It was funny though when the curtain came down, when the shower curtain came down.
I forgot about that. Well, so what we did, Jack, is we replaced Slambo with new Slambo,
which is a blow-up doll.
Wow, multi-purpose.
Yeah. It's always on time. We never have to wonder where it is. We always have it here. We always have it here.
So last time we talked, everything was like normal.
Yeah.
Just like 50 years went by, and it's like, oh, I think I'll go to the store or we'll go to a show or something.
I can't.
There's a couple of wars happen, But now it's like everything is shut down. Go to work, but stay home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing too. You don't. You're retired, right, Jack, or disabled? Correct.
I'm what?
Are you disabled? Are you permanently? You don't work, right?
Yeah, I have no arms or legs or eyes or ears.
You're just a torso. We love you. We love you for it, Jack.
There's a mouth and a torso.
Torso people, but you can't make fun about anything these days.
We're
I
loving
feel like
you,
anything
torso
I say,
guys.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, but me and Slim are essentials. Like, I would have given anything for a week or two off. I just want to like play video games.
But yeah, I have a disability. I have spinal damage. I've been in the hospital a few times for operations, and the pain is really, really bad. So it doesn't affect me that much because, if anything, it made me feel like, oh, now other people are going to know what it's like to be stuck in one room for a decade.
Wow. Yeah. Never thought of that. I just know, like, I don't. At the same time, I'd love 2 weeks off. I don't think I could take more than that inside. Like,
I can stand up and walk around and do stuff, but I get in pain, like really, really. I'm not just mean like, oh, I have a headache. It's like excruciating. So I got to like balance it and do things in small doses, but I'm actually fine because I made my little studio in my living room, and I live in a tiny little living room, and I have my bass guy showing my guitars, and I don't understand how people get bored when there's so much, like the internet, like there's so much to do.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, yeah, no, like I kind of feel like I don't know if I could ever run out. I don't know. But what have you hoarded, Jack? I don't know about up there, but down here, I think it's still hard to find like toilet paper.
It's crazy, eh? People are insane. Like, there's people dying all over the world. There's like 300,000 people dead. We need toilet paper, and we need it now.
I always laugh when I'm at my essential job and someone comes in at like 6 p.m. and they're like, "Do you have any toilet paper?" It's like you're the only chance you had was being here when we opened at 8 a.m. Not at 6 p.m. Like you're not getting it right now, buddy. Like, come back in the morning.
It's pretty sad, eh? It shows what humanity's like when there's a crisis. Everyone just runs to the store and gets everything. Like, just take care of me first.
And it's like it got weirder and weirder too. Like it started to become puzzles out of stock.
Yeah.
And then like chest freezers. Like, I can't keep a chest freezer in stock because everybody needs to stock as much meat as they possibly can to survive the coronavirus, and they don't have enough room in their original freezer, so they got to get a mini one.
I need a whole nother freezer to store this shit. I've also heard people not even lying. Can I return hand sanitizer? Like, how much did you buy?
Yeah.
And if you weren't gonna need it anyway, why'd you buy it? Why'd you buy gallons, 24 gallons of hand sanitizer?
I think the whole thing is completely fascinating, but I always feel afraid to talk about my opinion, which isn't solid, because as soon as you say anything, people are jump at the chance to shoot you down or whatever. But the whole Greta thing with the world pollution, and everyone was saying this is too much and blah blah blah, and then the coronavirus comes along and we're forced to not consume, and instantly there's dolphins and rabbits and kangaroos, and instantly,
the water
in a
is
week.
clearer than I can't remember how many decades in Italy, because they've all been inside. Yeah, so the planet is winning.
I think
that's a good thing.
What I'm getting to is my opinion, which I'm always afraid to say, is I think we worship money and capitalism and consuming. And I don't just mean consuming physical goods. I mean, we just consume the internet. We consume entertainment. We consume, and we want it now. And it's just buy. And people lose their shit if they can't get their ice cream. It's crazy.
It's turned everyone into succubuses, succubi, whatever the word is. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just give me. I'm consuming, and we also don't produce. For the most part, nobody produces.
And I guess it's just through my situation, through my disability. I went through 5 years of never going to a store, not never, but hardly ever. And you know what? You don't need all the stuff you think you need. You don't need all that shit. And that's the shit that makes the pollution happen in the first place.
Even going back just to the toilet paper, just the amount of toilet paper a regular person would need for just to get by in whatever, a week, a month is they're buying way. They're buying
I know. I'm glad this is radio or whatever, but you can just go in the bathtub, drop trowel, and wash your butt and use a towel, and the world's even cleaner all over again.
That's one of the first things we said. Yeah. If I really run out, I could just do that. I could just do that if I have to. But there's also it's hard to find tissues and all that. But there's other options. There's definitely other options.
Yeah. So it's our priorities or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I've been to 1 or 2 restaurants in the last 3 years. I guess some people go 3 times a week.
Well, yeah, and I can see people missing certain things like that. I feel like it is time to start reopening some things, but yeah, maybe not full force, but I don't know.
I think what I mean, just supermarkets and everything, where people are eating out of buckets, they're eating food from buckets. It's just the way we consume. I said I wasn't going to talk about any of this stuff.
Sorry.
Keep talking about it.
Did we get it out of you?
I think we consume without any responsibility, without any education. Yeah. Our people are bigger. We're getting bigger. Everything's bigger. We eat out of buckets. We consume. TV. And then the whole world's fuck with pollution. And then as soon as we're forced to stop consuming like idiots, the whole world heals within a month.
Yeah. I was going to say it must help not having an idiot in charge, but I feel like there are idiots in charge everywhere just by you saying that. Maybe you don't have the idiot we have in charge, but I feel like everyone has an idiot in charge. We're
but Trump is a great guy.
Dude, he said it was a week ago. It was a week ago today. He said we only have more cases because our tests are superior. Like Canada and Europe, they don't have...
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that either, but I'm going to.
They don't even have tests on our level, Jack. You guys are testing way lower. What?
No, it's elementary psychology. It's just it's an embarrassment to the world there's a world crisis going on, and the guy is comparing and competing psychology 101,
He also, Ryder told me at least a month ago that he was trying, there was a group of German scientists really making progress with a vaccine, and he was trying to exclusively pay them to sell it to us. Only America could have this. And they were like, no, we're making it for the world. If it works, we're not going to do that. Just the entitlement. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. As an outsider, do you feel like he's gonna win another term? I kind of do, because I feel like all these dummies like are
Well,
praising
that's
him.
that's the whole thing. The whole world is based on the dollar and the idol. A friend said it to me the other day. You know, like there's I'm not dissing anything because there's a place for everything in the world, and I understand everything's an art form. But like the W wrestling, the world Hulk Hogan, and the money, and like not to pick on him, but like America kind of over the decades produced Donald Trump. You guys made him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I kind of agree with that.
And that's why he wins, because he's the ultimate capitalist consumer. And if you just watch him for 5 seconds, he's an immature, spoiled little child. And I know some friends who support him like to the death, and I'm in awe of like, don't you get it?
It's almost like when you say that, it's like a lot of people who are, because of where we are in the world, are the same thing, the immature, like children, so they relate to him is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the oldest thing in the world of divide and conquer. He wants us to like talk bad about him and everything, because then his people will fight us, and then we'll fight, and then the guns come in handy because we're fighting anyway, and it's just like,
and we're distracted by all that.
Embarrassing.
We're distracted by all the fighting, and we don't have time to worry about the real shit. That's what I feel like.
So this is why I said it right off the bat. I'm always afraid to talk about everything, because when I have my own little show, and I got my friends, and everyone's got different opinions, and everyone's from a different kind of job or background. But as soon as I mention some of my opinions, I mean, I get in trouble for it, and like I get like hate mail, and people never talk to me again. I'm just like, fuck, it's just my opinion. Like, calm down.
What happened to the fact where we could all express our what happened at the time, not the fact, but like where we could all express our different opinions and still be fine with each other. I feel like that's another thing we've gotten to. Like, if your opinion is different than mine, I'm gonna fucking hate you for it now. Like,
yeah, but there's definitely this thing of worshiping things and money and like just endless growth, like non-stop growth.
Yep.
It's anyways, I hate being serious, so how you guys doing?
But before we I do want to continue before we go back to like ignoring what you're just saying, but I do agree with you, and it always makes me think of like in history, like our people were fine without all these things, and they were stronger for it and more creative. And I do personally feel like we've gotten to a point where like our creativity is less and less, and we're not as strong of a people as we've been in the past. And like people lived for years where all they would do is gather around like a candle and tell stories, and
or
now,
a radio, or one little black and white TV, and now it's
definitely.
Yeah.
We don't need all the things we think we need. We don't need to go out to restaurants every week. We don't need to buy tons of shit at Christmas. We don't need to buy like buckets of chicken in our cars that take like it's absurd. If you look at it from a different perspective, we've actually gone batshit, no pun intended, crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think it's made us
the
weaker.
Buckets just brings me to a guy me and Slim used to work with years ago, and I heard he'd buy 2 buckets for his family on the way home, and then he'd he'd buy a 3rd bucket, and on the ride home he would eat the bucket and then eat the other 2 buckets with his family. Like, do you need that extra bucket just for that 15-minute ride?
I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you go watch, like, before George Carlin died, he did his last tour, We're All Diseased, and he nails everything on the head, way ahead of his time. He talks about our behavior, and our behavior is what made this happen. Not this, I just mean pollution and overconsumption and everything.
Consumers, just we don't produce anything. We're just
and we're enjoying it. We know what's going on, but like 2/3 of the world are poor and living in abject poverty, no running water, and the rest of us are eating chicken out of a bucket. It's fucked. I'm sorry, but I'm glad we're not recording this, or it's not on the
internet. It's not live,
this will not go nowhere.
It was cool that we agreed to have this private conversation with the 3 of us.
Exactly. But I usually try to just play music and the bass and everything, and then as soon as I talk about my feelings or my opinion, all hell breaks loose, and I lose all my viewers.
Jack, how long have you been doing your show, though? You've been doing it for like 10 years, right?
6 years. I did it 6 years without taking a break.
Okay, that's right. You don't take the breaks. Me and Slim have been doing it 6 years, and we do take the breaks. I feel like the breaks are just
that's the crazy thing that happened. I did it 6 years, and it was too much, and I had fun, but exhaustion kicked in.
Yeah.
And then I made a big announcement. I made an announcement to my like 10 friends, and I was like, "It's been 6 years. It's been fun. I'll come back again, but I'm taking a break." Like a week later, the whole entire world shut down, And now all the musicians like me, they're all starting to go online, and it's surreal because when I decided to quit, everybody just started to go online and do like, yoga online and everything.
What you were doing, yeah, it wasn't cool. Not that it wasn't cool, but like now we got to do it. So yeah, have you come back though since it's quarantine?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back, but every time I attempt to do it, my spinal, like I try not to talk about it because I hate boring people, but my spinal damage, it really hurts. So to set up all the equipment and play, I would do it like 5 days a week or something, and I find it's just so painful. I think I need more time to heal,
recoup. Yeah, fuck. But you've made some amazing people. We met you through Frankie. You've been friends with Sock for a while, right?
Yeah, Sock Cop. And before I forget Frankie McDonald, he's the reason I'm here. It's how I met you guys. He wants to, I promised him I'd tell you guys his new joke that he's been working on.
Ooh, oh, yes. I'm excited.
I would love to hear it.
It's, we've been working on together. Frankie's been calling me a lot over the last couple of years. And I said, Frankie, like, if they get a vaccine, they're going to have to produce, 4 billion of them. The lineup at the pharmacy is going to be long. And he said, how long? I said 19 miles long. And he started laughing and he couldn't stop. And then he was saying like the drill sergeant will be at the pharmacy yelling at everybody to stay 6 feet apart. And then everyone has to have their own drill sergeant between the 6 feet apart. Yeah. And for Frankie, he loves it. He thinks it's the funniest thing in the world, and he's going to put that joke in his world tour next year.
I love it. Our own personal drill sergeant. I love it. That could be the comedy special. Our own personal drill sergeant.
Frankie's amazing. I saw him on your show the other week, and you guys got him to dance, I think, 4 times.
4 times, yeah. Yeah.
To a point where we didn't even have to ask him. We just play music, and he started dancing.
I think one of the times before we had him on, like, somebody else was like, you guys are jerks. You're making fun of him. And I'm like, we just plan crazy stuff for Frankie.
No, it's not like that. It's easy for people to assume that. I can understand it. But, like, I met Frankie in real life, and someone came up to him. People do pass him on the street and go, hey, Frankie, I saw you on TV.
Dude.
And someone said, hey, Frankie, I saw your dancing video. And then he'll just start dancing right in front of you.
And he's got to miss it. He's got to miss, like, we've I think me and Slim have talked off air, like, recently about how, like, most of the time when we've talked to him, he's been outside. He's been at that mall, at the Mayflower Mall, and people are honking and screaming at him. Like, he is a national treasure. He's awesome.
Yeah, and being a guy that goes out a lot and to now be in this world where he can't do that anymore. Like, it's gotta be rough for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was so pleased to see that you guys had our good friend Sock Cop. He's one of my really good friends from the past. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's the best. Really How did you first connect with him?
It was really strange. It was 6 years ago, and I was watching Tom Green's Webovision. He had his own TV show on the internet. He used to have a huge show on MTV and everything.
Yes.
And people were calling in, and I was thinking like my back hurt, and I was trying to find something to do, and I see this Sock Cop guy, a puppet sock, talking to Tom Green on Skype. So I called in after.
I know you called Tom Green.
I called in, and I also just happened to have a puppet, which is a bird called Beak, and Sock Cop liked it. So Sock Cop wrote to me through YouTube and told me to try out Periscope, and then we met there, and we had we still both stream, just less now because it's hard to do anything for a long time for different reasons.
Or alone. I don't know how you guys do it alone. Like, I mean, I know you guys have people that Skype in with you, but just doing a solo show, a project has to be a hard time.
Yeah, it's you have all the people who come in, and what happens, you start to get lots of groups of people, and then they become like cultured habitats of people who talk, and then groups happen in different DMs, and it takes on a life of its own, and then you're talking to a sock cop puppet, and then it's just the internet's really weird.
We've talked to this. I love the sock cop of it.
Bringing up Tom Green too, that's crazy to think that he was like. I remember when he first did that, and people are like, "He's doing what? He's doing an internet show with video? Like, what is that?"
He's a pioneer.
He's definitely a pioneer. In my opinion, he almost kind of invented the internet, because in Ontario, well, in Ottawa, he was big VCH thing with a tape cassette, and he was going around and doing the most crazy shit like that you see on the internet today. People doing crazy stuff. He was doing it before the internet was even in people's houses.
Yeah. Oh my God. He did it before Jackass. He did everything. He did everything. He was definitely the start of just the amazing stuff that we have now.
Yeah, so we owe a lot to him.
I was gonna say too, like I know we were talking, Bass Guy, about just social media just being a cesspool, but I also feel like at the same time, you and me and Slim, we wouldn't have a chance to get our voice out there if it was like years ago. If it was years ago, it was just like Stern, and it was just Opie and Anthony, or a select few who got the chance.
So I guess it's like it's the tool, not how you use it.
But it's also a double-edged sword. Like we wouldn't be able to just sit here and talk. We wouldn't be able to voice our opinions. Nobody would give a shit.
Nobody would hear it.
Nobody would give a shit. And nobody would hear it. Or we wouldn't have this. We would be just like living lame home lives. Like we would be doing
retail.
We would be doing like our real life. Like I don't know. Like it's cool. It's cool to just be able to get on.
That's a good way to put it. Where you said a double-edged sword. That's where it is. Like Jack said, like it's not the tool, but how you use it.
And like we're back in the day, you had to be one of those lucky few, like. To get a national syndicated
that's always
show.
the first thought, is like you think of the internet, you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be so cool, I can like do my music or my movies or whatever. But then you realize there's 4 other billion people with the same idea.
Everyone else getting theirs out there, and I just feel like I don't know.
It's just weird though when you're a musician and you go online and stream, and if you do well, you get a lot of people watching, and then you're talking, it's supposed to be interactive, so you're talking to the chat board, but then you're trying to play music. But so if you play music, people are like, he's not talking to us. Talk to us. Read my comments. So then you read the comments, and then they're like, you're not playing music. You're just reading the comments.
Do the
music.
Go insane,
and then you get angry, and then they think you're a dick, and it's a difficult game to balance.
Yeah, I don't think I can balance that. Thank God I'm not a musician. I don't play anything.
I don't think I'm cut out to do like internet stuff, but I end up doing it. I think it's fun. I love doing it, and I love creating and making things and having fun. But the downside of that is I do like to have fun, like you guys and like Sock Cop and like Frankie. That's what we all have in common. We're all kind of like freaky. We kind of like to mess around a bit.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I really feel that the music community is like, this guy's an idiot. Like he's not even playing bass. He's playing with puppets and doing tricks and everything. Like shut up and play the bass, And so you can't please everybody. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it just comes down to like you have to just get away from that and just please yourself.
Yeah.
Do what you enjoy doing, and that's it. Don't give a shit if anybody, likes it or not. Just
please yourself till it's limp.
Yeah.
You're totally right, Slim. Yeah.
He is. He's a genius and a chronic masturbator.
Correct.
You guys are so cerebral tonight and like focused and professional. And
I'm only on my second drink. I think that's why.
I was gonna say, I think it depends on how much Slim has consumed.
Yeah.
So sorry to get serious and shoot off my opinions. I can't help it. Every time I go on the internet and play bass, whatever, I end up just saying how I feel, and then I feel like I've pissed people off in some way.
I don't know though. If the bass brings that out of you, the bass is your spirit bass. Your spirit bass. I love.
Well, my spirit animal is definitely Sock Cop.
Sock Cop is the best.
Is that what he is? He's an animal? I didn't even think of that. Like a mammal, I guess. He's kind of hairy.
Yeah.
It's complicated. He was in a time machine with a caveman or something, and he's 150 years old, and that's the fun thing about the internet. We get to make up all this, space. What did you call pigs in space? What was your take again?
Rapes. Too many rapes.
Okay. Yeah. So people make up stuff, and you have this whole fantasy world. It's like writing a book, but now it's video and audio and podcast, and it's great fun. I love doing it. We're really lucky.
We're lucky. We're definitely lucky. We're not unlucky.
How are you guys doing? How are you holding up with the whole thing? Does this affect you, or you don't care, or what?
I know that we had this shit. I had the worst fucking flu / fever / everything this past winter. And we haven't gotten it, and I feel like it's because we're immune to it.
And as far as affecting like my life, doesn't feel drastically different at all. Like I still do the same shit. I go to work, and on my days off, I do the show and I play video games, and that's it. Like nothing's really changed for me. The only thing that has changed is wearing a mask. I have to wear a mask while I'm at work, and that's annoying. Different.
I got a pimple a week ago, Base Guy. It's not enjoyable to get a pimple.
I've enjoyed going to the store with a mask and dark glasses and a hat and basically a robber. And going in the store. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. Some people I work with, I'm like, you should always have the mask on. You're kind of fucking ugly as shit, and now you're not.
How messed up is this thing? It's like it totally can like kill some people, but some people it doesn't affect.
Just doesn't do anything.
Wrong. Nothing's going wrong. Everyone's got gas and food and whatever. Everything's normal, but everything's in complete world crisis.
Someone might just ache for a week. Somebody might die for a week. Like what?
Someone just might have diarrhea for a couple of days.
Somebody might just shart a little bit, and
and all those oil tankers like lining up on the coast and stuff, and then like there could be a depression out of this. Like
I think so.
Depression. If not, at the least, a recession. Yes, we are definitely going toward one of those. But fuck, Base Guy, it is time. I can't believe it's time's up.
I love talking to you guys. You guys are awesome. I really it's too bad the time passed. I wanted to know if the Driz was there.
Yeah, what's up, Base Guy? Yo, you still finger blasting? You're still finger blasting?
Just on my own now. I have to, isolate myself. So.
Yeah, fucking cool. Next time we got to do another collab. We haven't done a collab in a while. I miss your bass. I miss when your bass touches my heart.
Your bass hits him just right, if you know what I mean, Bass Guy.
It really pulls the strings on my heart.
Do we have a second to do a jam with Slambo with the Driz?
Rob doesn't need to be here. He can go smoke a cigarette. I'll jam out with you.
Damn right, jam the fuck out, guys.
Yo, what's up? This is the Driz, and I'm here with the Bass Guy. Yeah, he's playing some bass and it's smooth. It's like some jazz. And you know I'm a jazz man because I'm a Driz man, and Driz and jazz are like the same word. Yeah, that's right. Boom, boom. Do you hear that? I hope you feel it. I hope you feel it in your balls. Y'all feel it in my balls. Yeah, like my left ball is going and my right ball is going. Yeah, just like that. I hope you feel that too, because it's a great feeling. It's just the Driz and the bass man.
Yeah. Thanks, Driz.
You're welcome, bass man. Good talking to you. Have a good night.
You too. I have a great show. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you again soon, and stay safe and eat your broccoli responsibly.
Also, Jack, did you want to plug anything before I let you go?
Not really. No, I don't know. BassGuyShow.com.
All right.
Is that good?
That's good enough, man. You have a good night.
Take care.
Bye.